Again, my name is Anthony. I was serving as the QA engineer of our team. So again, like in my first video, my main job was testing things, documenting what happened and what didn't, and hoping to stay on track with the sprint goals. Um, so my role kind of evolved after sprint run. My role really expanded. At first, I was just catching bugs, but after that, I was basically doing full workflow testing, basically making sure everything worked together. It's just not like one piece at a time. I ended up working both supporting both the front end, the back end because I was always validating like the features and how they interacted with one another. As for technical work I did, um again across sprints 2 and 4, I was writing as detailed as possible test cases for every new feature that we had, such as patient creation, shift handoff submissions, anything security related. Currently working on more of the how the AI summaries and things like that happen with our SPART reports. Um, yes, I started automating API testing using PyTest and HTTPX, which made retesting a lot easier. I spent a lot of good time debugging backend issues like that as well. JWT tokens, route behavior, startup errors, things like that, and then using the VS Code REST client for checking requests and responses and things like that. Of course, once fixes were pushed, I always reran the tests just to make sure things are actually resolved. So working with the team, kept a lot of our README. Well, I had my own QA test README file. Updated my QA tests, so team had reference to what I was checking. Anytime I found something that was off, I would drop it in our group meet. So nobody's surprised by an issue. I try to resolve it as well. And if there was something I just couldn't fix myself, I made sure documented clearly what I was getting, any type of errors, and presenting it to the right teammate that could potentially um, show me resolution or things like that. For challenges, one of the harder parts was kind of just unclear requirements. And a lot of this project was just open in the air. We could choose what we want to do. Some features just didn't have like a solid acceptance criteria, I felt. So I kind of just had to slow down, kind of think like what would the expected behavior, how should it be, actually be? I even reached out to some people I know that are QAs for advice, and just so I could test things more correctly. Um, Another challenge was kind of like the lack of API documentation. I was kind of just learning things as I went. And I basically just had to make my own notes as I went as well. Which, is a challenge, but I made do what I had at the time. Um, what I learned about myself, um, just working with structured, detail-oriented work. After that, debugging and verification came naturally. I got better at explaining things more clearly. Um, how to report a problem I was seeing or report like issues I was seeing without just saying it's just broken. And I just realized, how important documentation is. Again, good notes kind of saved me and saved me a lot of time basically. And also see, how front end and back end works. Um, Together, honestly. Was one of the first projects that I got to see that really. So what I think my impact on the team was, um, helping improve stability of the project, through my tests, just making sure, things are clear. Team, in order to, just hit our sprint requirements more confidently. I feel like, I was able to take some of the load off my team because, and they didn't have to spend as much time verifying everything themselves. And I was able to, if I spotted a problem, I was able to fix it myself. So that's what I feel like I was able to contribute to my team. And in conclusion, so yeah, after sprint one, my role expanded a lot more technically. I think it helped me grow a lot. I've got better at QA, debugging, communication. just across the board. And I feel like it gave me a lot more confidence in working in an actual engineering team because this felt like an actual real development environment.